and I'm the one they fear.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Mixed Tag Podcast. It has been a minute before you have heard the greatest voice of Agent 04, but it's also been a minute since you've heard the greatest voice in Moni. Moni, how are you doing after such a long break, but after such a huge amount of announcements and great results?
Wow, I'm doing good. And it really didn't feel like a long break because we had so much to do in between this break. I'm doing amazing.
Exactly.
How you feeling? How you feeling about this episode?
I just want to say, I know I'm in the minority of the people who either wanted Becky to win or thought Becky was going to win. I just want to bring that up off rip. I was shocked. I honestly was. Like to me, like that was the most shocking factor match wise. Like I honestly thought that I thought Becky would hold that title into WrestleMania.
I thought that their feud would go on to WrestleMania, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah, like I thought maybe Becky would host the better Mania than maybe AJ would be there at Mania. I did not
Yeah,
expect Becky. I didn't expect Becky Mania to be walking to WrestleMania with no belt.
like how you gonna have Becky Mania with no Becky Mania?
Come on
But
now.
now that you said that, I want to point out that without Becky being in WrestleMania, Charlotte does not have rest. Is this the first WrestleMania we do not have none of the original four horsewomen?
Now that you mention it, exactly, because even Bailey doesn't have anything.
Yeah, Bailey wasn't even on last WrestleMania. Why does it feel like an end of an era?
Oh my goodness.
That's
I
crazy.
I don't think it's the end of an era yet. Maybe it's just like a small shift, but it's like just like you said it, Charlotte and Becky, they're two biggest female stars of like the last 5 years,
Oh yeah,
don't
definitely.
have clear plans for WrestleMania.
And I want to say headline plans at that.
Exactly.
Because we
Headline
used
plan.
to we used to seeing them in like the big matches at WrestleMania. They don't even have a
Hmm.
small part at WrestleMania.
I mean, hell, think about it. Last year, Charlotte and Tiffany.
Yep.
Last year, it was Becky. Becky returned to take Bailey's spot. Actually, her and Laura teamed up.
Uh-huh. Yep,
So,
for
like
the
you said,
titles.
those are headlines.
And I hate that
So it is crazy.
that feud between Lara and Bailey right now, it's weird to me. So I would like
Yeah,
for them
because
to
it's like, are
possibly
y'all a tag team? Do y'all want to fight each other?
do y'all love each other. It's a weird angle because I thought that maybe they were getting somewhere yesterday, but no, they both went to Nick Aldis's office.
Yeah,
Like, what?
nice, bro. Go to the office. Laura, what was the point of you telling Bailey to go if Bailey was gonna convince you to come with her?
Like, I would have been like, no, baby, this is your moment to shine. You go ahead. Like, I was confused. I was so
Then
confused.
Bailey bringing it up that she costed her the title match.
And I couldn't be Lyra because Bailey would have one more chance to throw that in my face.
Man, we would have been, and
One
I would
more
have
chance.
threw my hand in her face.
Because and then like I don't know. I want them to do something different with Bailey because is she even still doing it? Like she mid match she snaps into somebody else. Like
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I
She
don't
hasn't
know.
done that. Actually, it's like they had her doing a split personality thing. And they killed it immediately.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie to you because it was kind of getting. Why are all the girls that's turning heel now? Why is it giving Naomi energy? I think she really set the bar high because
She has.
immediately when Bailey did that started doing that, I immediately thought back to Naomi's first promo as a heel when she was doing that video, and she was kind of like talking to herself. That's kind of like
Mhm.
what I thought back. I'm like, whoa, are they like already trying to switch off Naomi's gimmick to somebody else?
And now that you
That's what it
mention
was
this
giving.
too, what made Naomi stand out as well as it being a new gimmick, Naomi was a amazing heel.
Yes.
I'm
And
talking about she plays that role amazing. I don't think anyone can play that type of role other than a Naomi. And they're
no,
gonna fail if they're trying to recreate that with somebody that's not Naomi.
like you can tell, like the girls are taking bits and pieces of even I can feel it on with Jade Cargill because Jade Cargill on Twitter right now fighting for her life like Naomi been doing.
Oh Lord.
And I'm just like, what? Like I know y'all not trying to replace Mother already. Like, come on. But I think
No,
it's
when she
time.
come back, she gonna be the biggest thing.
The biggest thing, and imagine if she really do come back like with a baby in her with a baby in her arms.
That'd be even better.
Like, let's get into Elimination Chamber though.
All right. Well, as you know, I already talked about Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. I was gonna say overall, the match was pretty good. For some reason, I did see a good amount of people complaining about the actual match online. And my thing is, it wasn't a barn burner, but it was still a good match. People
It
have to
was good.
remember that was AJ's Lee's first single match in 12 years.
Over a
It's
decade.
like it's like people forget the fact that that was her first singles match in over 12 years. It's obviously she's not gonna put on a 5-star match, but the match was still great. It was
But
still good.
I want to also note off that people don't understand that wrestling was different back then
It has
because
evolved
you
now.
had the girls wasn't doing moves like the girls do now. I mean, granted, Naomi was. That's why she stood out back then. But
hmm
the girls wasn't doing moves like that back then. That's why I think Nikki Bella gets a lot of criticism because y'all gotta understand these girls was wrestling at a different time. Wrestling has evolved since then. Like, the move sets got to get up to par, and you got to give them time to do that. And like,
Exactly. Like I said, that was fresh for AJ Lee.
yeah, like I seen some classic OJ. I was gonna say OJ. I seen some classic AJ moves in there, but you also seen a little new AJ moves in there too. So
Some new, yeah, it
I'm
was
I'm
nice. It was
interested.
like literally a breath of fresh air.
Yes, and then she
Now,
still looks the same, amazing.
I agree. Now, speaking of AJ Lee, let's move on to her husband, his match with Finn Balor. Now, I
Mm.
want to ask you, what do you think about the Judgment Day actually keeping their word and not coming out? To me, that was the biggest shock factor. I didn't, because as a Finn Balor fan, I had to be honest. I knew they weren't going to do Finn versus Roman at WrestleMania. CM
Oh
Punk
no,
versus Roman. Not
definitely
only is it the bigger match, they're
the
money hungry, so
biggest
that's the
match,
money match.
the
And
biggest.
but the biggest factor for me was if Judgment Day did come out there, then I would be like, oh wait a minute, does Finn have a chance? But the fact that Judgment Day didn't come out, I want to know your opinion on that. How do you feel that they actually kept their word?
Like you did say, it shocked me because you did have a moment in the match where Finn was like reaching for desperation, and he actually like looked towards the entranceway, and I was like,
Yep.
what? But then like nobody came out, so that is actually like an interesting part to play because you can see face Finn coming slowly, and I'm
I
here.
agree.
I'm
I
I'm
agree.
I'm here for that. I want to see where face Finn goes because originally I kind of thought that Finn and Dom would get into it for the Intercontinental Championship on the road to WrestleMania. That's what I.
Hey, what?
That's what I kind of.
And once we dabble into Monday Night Raw, I'm gonna piggyback off of you on that.
Okay, so we're gonna bookmark that.
Now, let's move on to my favorite match of the night, the Women's Elimination Chamber.
Yo, amazing.
Now, if I'm being honest, we all know Rhea Ripley can go. We know Alexa
Yep,
Bliss can go. We
yep.
know Asuka can go.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Even though Tiffany's kind of new, we know she can go. Raquel Rodriguez and Kiana James were the MVP of that match.
MVPs,
I don't care what
MVPs.
nobody say. They snap. And if I had to choose overall, I'm going with Big Mama
Kiana
Four. I love Tiana. I will go with Raquel only because that spot with that double pin with that
was
Tiana bomb on top of
yes,
Kiana was amazing.
yes, and I do remember sending you a message. I was like, I know it's not gonna happen, but I low key want Raquel to win this match
Real. It's like, boy,
because mm,
it's
she snapped, and then her commentary, even though when she was inside of the pod, I was like,
real.
she is living, she is giving me life. She looked good doing it. And while we talking about the women's elimination chamber, I want to mention Tiffany Stratton. I'm lost.
It's Tiffy Tom. What you lost about?
Her gimmick.
Her
I'm
gimmick.
lost. I saw this quote and I'm low key living for this quote now because I'm seeing it with my eyes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said
Real.
Carmella walked so Tiffany could run. And I don't know why I'm looking and I just see Carmella and Tiffany. And where I'm lost,
Mm.
where I'm lost on her gimmick is just because it's like she's dating a man now who looks kind of like the rebel. Now she's kind of giving a rebel look. I'm
Mm-hmm.
interested to see where this gimmick is like gonna turn to.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Like
fair.
she
That's
looked
fair.
good, but I'm interested to see where the gimmick is going. Because right now I'm kind of lost. I'm like very lost in the sauce.
That's understandable. You know, sometimes in WWE is known for booking themselves into a corner.
Yes, and I feel like if I was to book that match, do you know how I would have booked the match?
Let me hear it.
Tiffany Stratton as the winner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because her and Jade did. Nobody else had a feud with Jade. Nobody else even had a run in with Jade except Tiffany.
Tiffany. And then, hey, it
So
would have
that
made
would have
sense if
made
Tiffany
sense.
wanted a rematch because the first match was a squash match. It was basically a
Yeah.
squash match.
And didn't they have to book it like that because wasn't Tiffany injured? So they had to kind of write her off.
Yep. And on top of that, I think they also wanted to make Jade Cargill look very strong.
Yes. But that would have been a good rematch at WrestleMania. But I'm interested to see where it goes with Rhea.
Real. Because her and Jade is definitely gonna be that's a very nice match.
Yes, they both powerhouses. I'm just ready to I'm ready for SmackDown. I hate that Io and Rhea are separated now, but uh I'm ready to see where it goes.
Hey, they might meet again down the line.
Dude, that would be a hell of a match. Imagine if Rhea wins and Io like wins Money in the Bank again or some shit.
Oh my goodness.
That
Oh,
would be
then
crazy.
Io would be the first two-time movies Money in the Bank, right?
Yes, that would be
Right.
crazy.
Now let's move on to that main event. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, LA Knight, Javon Evans, Logan Paul, and Trick Willie. The
Okay,
storytelling in this match alone, I liked it. But what I will say is the spot that Logan Paul had, you can tell that that was definitely going to be for Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed because him taking
yeah,
out three people, because think about it, they couldn't have Logan Paul just take out LA Knight, Javon, and Trick
yeah,
Williams in a fair way because that's not
yeah,
Logan Paul's gimmick and that wouldn't be convincing. So he had to weasel his way into those three finishes. But if it was Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed, it would have been way more emphatic. I feel like it would have meant more as much as I love Seth Rollins returning, Logan Paul isn't a big enough threat for me to be like, oh, the masked man needs to come through and stop this person.
yeah.
But if it was a Braun Breaker or a Bronson Reed, then I feel like the momentum, them being eliminated, actually shifts the momentum of the match.
Yes, kind of
Logan
like
Paul
how it
getting
was.
eliminated doesn't shift the momentum of the match because I know Logan Paul is not really a full timer. He's not going to really be in no major title matches.
Kind of
But
like
like I said, I'm listening. You go. You
kind
go.
of like when it happened to Braun Breaker at the Royal Rumble.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, and I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth. I was impressed with Logan Paul.
Oh, I was as well.
I was like, wow, not me. Now he did have a spot where I got nervous when he did his finisher on
Dropped Javon
Devon.
with the pulverizer. Yeah, I
Yes,
thought he
I
dropped
was
him on his
like
knee.
holding my breath for a moment, but I would say I would say Javon and Logan Paul were kind of the MVPs.
They both had a great showing.
Even
Hey,
Trick
but
Williams had a good pop in there.
match spot of the night was definitely the three black brothers jumping Logan Paul. It what made it even
Yes,
better, they were color
yes.
coordinated. They all had some type of gold on,
Gold.
and they was jumping them.
I liked it that. I knew he was gonna say something like that. And if y'all don't know what we talking about Cody Raheem Rose.
And well, we can actually lead into Monday Night Raw with this. Danhausen made his debut at Elimination Chamber. Now, it had a lot of negative reception, but I will say, leading into Monday Night Raw, his reception got way more positive, and now he has a big role because he cursed our former Intercontinental Champion before the match, and then he lost the title.
Hold on. I'm gonna pause you for a second. How are you gonna forget the biggest thing that happened at Elimination Chamber?
What did I forget?
RKO to Cody
Oh,
Rhodes
yes, you're
or
right. That RKO
Randy
was
Orton to go to the
beautiful.
main event of WrestleMania. Well, maybe not the main event, but WrestleMania.
Yeah, man, Randy A going for number 15.
Like, I just had to point that out.
No, that's great. I'm glad you stopped me right there. Look, my brain. Look, that's on me.
What our truth
My
say? My bad,
apologies.
y'all.
My bad. That was
That's
on
wrong.
me, y'all.
Okay, but now back into him.
Now, back like I said, well, first off, the match with Dominic Mysterio and Penta was great because him and Dominic and Penta already have great chemistry. I believe that
They
was
really
their
do.
fourth singles match or fifth singles match.
They do have
And
great
well,
chemistry.
no, I don't know if it was singles match, but I know there was like their fourth or fifth match together. And as you said, they have great chemistry. And I find it so funny that before the match, Danhausen curses Dominic Mysterio, and then he loses the title.
Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't really watch AEW enough to see him on AEW, but I knew who he
Hmm.
was. So I'm kind of just still trying to get a feel for his vibe. But
Okay.
I
You know
think
what?
him and R-Truth would be a crazy pair.
Real. And actually, let me break it down for you. And for all listeners, for those of you who don't know about Danhausen, even for the AEW watchers who did get to see Butterfield, I followed him on the indie scene. If you like Kit Wilson, if you like the Boogeyman, and if you like our truth, you're gonna fall in love with Danhausen. I promise you. Just give him time to grow. If you love those four names I just said, you're going to fall in love with Danhausen. I promise you. Because he has that type of role, that comedic character type role. So
Yeah.
if you like those type of roles, you're definitely. I feel like you'll like Danhausen, especially once you get to see more of him once he warms up. Because he barely had matches in AEW as well. He's more of just that backstage character.
Yes.
Yep, yep, yep.
And I have also seen like a lot of people online with the great debate. Does he have like a catchphrase when people like chant his name?
Not that I know of. I just know about. I just know that we. I just know that when he says somebody is cursed, that's what the crowd would chant with him.
Because like the what I've been seeing online, I've been seeing a lot of people debate whether the fans were booing him, but they were also saying if y'all think they were booing him, they were actually saying something else. Because
Mm.
so I think that that's where a lot of misconception is coming from. I think that we through the TV heard booing, but the people in the arena were saying something else.
If I'm being honest, I don't know. I didn't hear any booing. I didn't hear any booing though.
Yeah, I didn't either. So that's why I'm just like, why are y'all
And,
getting the
a lot of the
booing?
times the IWC tends to think that they're more important than the actual people in the arena. And the
Oh,
internet, like I said,
yeah.
the internet, while and now I will say this, Triple H definitely scrolls on this internet, or he has somebody that scrolls for him and reads his stuff. But I will say,
Hmm.
a lot of the times, the internet, the negativity wise, is not important or it doesn't matter.
Exactly. I think that's like a whole nother podcast topic that we should talk
Oh,
about. So
100%.
we're gonna bookmark that.
Now let's talk about Mr. Jimmy Uso. Technically he did get the W.
Yep.
So, and then his brother Jay returned, who I thought was finna take a break. I popped. I literally popped like this was a Royal Rumble return. Like he had a life-threatening injury, and we didn't know if he was gonna come back. I hopped out of the bed and because like I said, I already knew that he was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber. I didn't think they was gonna write him off, but since they wrote him off, like okay, he finna be gone for. He gonna take him a break. No.
Yeah, at
He
least a few
slowly
weeks.
slid out with that crutch and he slid Jimmy the other one. Oh yeah.
Man, they hit that one day. Ooh, I
One
gotta.
and done.
I mean, the match was starting to cook though.
Yeah, Austin Theory has always well, we know Big Jim has always been a great in-ring worker, and so is Austin
Mm-hmm.
Theory, but they actually have good chemistry.
Yeah,
I
and
wouldn't mind seeing them have a full match, like a full match.
I'm not gonna lie, I like seeing Austin Theory. I like seeing Austin Theory like this.
Real. I just like seeing Austin Theory get screen time because I'm a huge Austin Theory fan.
Oh, I know.
Now, I know we moving backwards, but hey, as long as we get everything ready, I want to talk about Rusev calling out the ruler.
Yo, that was
Hey, if
intense.
anybody would do it,
D.
it would be Rusev, though.
Rusev. Now that's gonna be a good match. When they
We
got their
definitely
hands
need
on
them
each
to run
other,
it.
I was like, oh. I didn't expect over to overpower him like that. I thought they was
Real.
just gonna meet in the middle and like have a standstill.
Now, I will say this: if Oba isn't the person that they have for Brock, I wouldn't mind this feud lasting all the way to WrestleMania.
I would not either.
And also, if Oba does end up getting the best of the feud, this makes Oba Femi look very
Oh,
convincing.
very because Rusev is a heavy hitter.
And we know Rusev can go in that ring.
And I'm also glad to see Rusev back on TV and
Me
like
too.
with a serious role. Because any match with Oba, I would, that's a
That
that's a
that
good
should
match.
be that's a good match. Now, let's talk about the original El Grande Americano who beat Ryo. Now, the match was just nice and short. I will say what I found funny was when he started arguing with all of them. He danced in front of Bravo, and then he turns around to the other El Grande Americano. And they start just arguing with each other in Spanish. That was just
Yes,
hilarious.
the
That was hilarious
commentator
to
was
me.
like, the original El Grande Americana don't even speak Spanish. And like at this point, I need a match between the original and the imposter in an unmasking match.
Exactly. So we can unmask
Because
whoever this fake is.
at this point, who the hell are you people?
I need
Like,
to ask you a question. Who do you think the real El Grande Americano is? Do you think it
I
is the
thought
tall one or do you think it is the short one?
I think it's the short one.
You think it's the short one?
Yeah, I think it's the short one. But at the same time, because you got to think about it, we was thinking El Grande was Chad Gable, which it
That's
it really was
fair.
Chad
A
Gable. It
lot of
really
people
was
did.
Chad Gable.
A lot of people did think that.
But it really was Chad Gable because one night they actually saw his freaking tattoo before he got injured.
Oh,
Because Chad Gable got a tattoo and they saw his tattoo. And
oh,
then so that's
interesting.
why I'm thinking I don't think Chad Gable is clear to return. I think the original El Grande that's now that was wrestling not the tall one but the short one. I think
The
that
short
is somebody still standing in
one.
because if you think about it, he does not sound like Chad Gable, and I know Chad Gable ain't got. I know that's not his facial structure under that mask. So I still think they got to stand in for the original El Grande.
Oh.
Like at this point, I'm El Grande. It's me.
It's you.
And since we're talking about masking, ah, uh, when
Oh my God.
we saw Dragon Lee's whole face,
Dragon Lee. What makes it even worse, Dragon Lee got choked out.
choked out. Wow, the cameraman was all up in the man's face.
I'm talking about cameraman didn't care.
Like cameraman was like, "Oh, I'm getting this money shot," and he got it because we seen that man's whole face, and I felt so bad.
Real.
I was like,
It's
"Oh
like,
my gosh!"
yeah,
Camera is zoomed in, his face is exposed, and it took Dragon Lee a minute to react to cover his face.
yeah, because I mean, I don't think he was expecting the camera to be
Yeah,
directly, you know. But
cameraman said,
it
"I'm
was,
getting my pay,"
but it was. I love how Dragon Lee attacked Gunther before the match, and
but
it just completely backfired. I know his back hurt. I
but that
know
match
his
hooked.
back hurts. Oh
That
my
match
goodness,
hooked. That was
but
a
that
that
match
was
was
a good
amazing.
opener match
It
because
was very heavy hitting too.
you had
I'm talking about like when they hit each other, it sounded very physical.
and you had moments where you was like, "Oh my gosh, Dragon Lee is really finna like beat Gunther." Like, "Oh my god, he finna get counted
Yeah,
out."
them count
Like,
out areas when he hit that Operation Dragon on the outside, I was like,
yeah,
yo.
I was like, "Oh my god, it's over." But I was like, "Nope, Gunther's finna get up." But I would like to
Hmm,
see a rematch. I want
I
to see a
agree.
rematch. I do.
I want to see them because not only does it give Dragon Lee something to do, it also keeps Gunther occupied. I would like to see them keep this going for a minute.
And I would like to just make a crazy statement that I've never said. I'm a fan of Gunther now. Like, I am a fan of Gunther.
Oh, you finally on board?
I'm on board. I've been on board since he
Oh,
been on this
that is
retirement
an
thing. Like
honor.
Gunther is the best heel in the company right now, and I stand on
Boom. You know
it.
what? I agree with you.
That's it.
Now, let's move on to this opening segment. Seth Rollins. Well, first off, the Vision hijacks the show. Logan Paul was very mad. And it was funny when he was yelling because his skin started slowly turning more red and
Red.
red like a cherry. And then I'm loving the now. I'm not gonna be honest. At first, I did not like that masked man gimmick. Now I'm actually liking it because the true masked man has been revealed. Who are these people that's working for Seth Rollins?
But like I said, I was telling somebody this off camera the other day. If
Mm-hmm.
you follow Seth Rollins on social media, you would like to see that these are students from his wrestling school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who these other masked men have been. That's kind of how I figured out that Seth Rollins. I mean, I know Seth Rollins from a mile away because he just got a certain way he stands.
He
And
real. And like his stature. I mean, we've been
yes,
watching the wrestling for years. We've
yes,
probably watched dang near every Seth Rollins
yes.
match.
I know how Seth Rollins lands when he hits the stomp, and he got this stance where his right foot, he kind of look like he got a club foot, but he don't got a club foot. That's how I know it was him at the Royal Rumble because of his foot.
And
And
he
when they
kind of do like that Captain America stance. It's like
yes,
he
like
got
dun,
one
dun,
foot forward. He's
dun,
standing. Yeah, like he aura
yes,
forming.
yes, and like notice when he came out at the Royal Rumble, you know, he had the mask to show his beard a little bit, but notice he had a
Yep.
full mask on this time to not see his beard. And I'm like,
To
oh,
not
you
show that
sneaky little
beard. And
piggy
then
devil.
also, I think when people were talking about his eyes, that's why they did that camouflage one time in his eyes.
Yeah, because we know Seth Rollins from a mile away, baby. We know Seth Rollins. But I'm ready to see where this feud goes because now it's from the take off.
Yeah, they gonna cook 100%.
Like he just shielded Paul Heyman in the same arena that he shielded the Shield. Oh, it's taking off.
That's long term storytelling too. A lot of people don't know that. That's the same arena where the Shield died.
Yes, the same exact way. A knife to the back and chair for
Now, I will say this. I wish Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker a full recovery, but when they come back, they might wish they stay home.
ASAP. No Rocky because Seth Rollins is with a vengeance. But I'm curious to see how this feud gonna go now because two of his biggest ops, the original ops, are on the
I'm
shelf.
gone. Yep.
So,
Like, what are they gonna do? We getting Seth versus Logan at WrestleMania again?
right, or we're gonna do like a handicap match or something. Like, but for a minute before before like LA Knight was revealed in the ambulance, like I don't know why I just had a feeling like, oh, Jimmy Uso and Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory and Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was like before all of that chaotic stuff happened. That's what I was kind of like thinking, but like, never mind.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Elimination Chamber, before we get ready to do any closers or anything, Nick Aldis making Drew McIntyre defend the title this Friday on SmackDown.
Right.
That is very because so I'm like, wow, okay. So Randy wins the chamber, but you still give Cody a title shot. So now I'm confused. Are we and then think about it, and Jacob Fatu is still in that mix. Are we getting a fatal four-way at WrestleMania, a triple threat, a one-on-one? I'm so confused now, but I'm intrigued.
I don't want to see Randy Orton get screwed out of his match. That's my thing. Because
Exactly.
what if we do get Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu before WrestleMania? What if Cody Rhodes get the title back? He ain't losing that title at WrestleMania if Cody get that title before WrestleMania.
Exactly. Cody's not losing that title at WrestleMania.
And
It's
like,
Cody.
I'm not gonna lie
He's
to
not.
you, I want to see the Viper have another title. Like, come on,
If it's not Roman Reigns or a John Cena, Cody's
it's
not
Cody
losing a
Rhodes.
title at WrestleMania.
Like, come on now. But I also want to point out, why are they stressing these general managers out? They stressing my man Adam Pearce out. Now they stressing Nick Aldis out.
Yeah, hey, to be fair, Nick new to this, Adam true to this. Adam Pearce been getting stressed out. Nick Aldis still the new booty. He got to get used to it. He'll be all right. I feel more bad from Adam Pearce than Nick Aldis because Adam, Scrap Daddy that been here for a minute. He done been
Yes,
here for a minute. He
like,
deserve a break.
like,
Adam Pearce deserve a break. Nick, I'll start feeling bad for Nick Aldis once he get assaulted a few more times.
like,
We didn't see Adam Pearce get his ass whooped by everybody just about.
and like
He
he
literally
said,
had a match with Roman Reigns.
like he said on Monday, he said, "Y'all handled this. I need a drink." They got my man drinking. That's crazy.
They got
But
Adam stressed.
but let's before we go, but let's talk about the ending of Monday Night Raw.
Right. The big one. Save the big one for last. Roman Reigns is definitely getting way better with his promo skills. You could tell he messed up a little bit, but I like that because you could tell he was in it. The emotion was in the promo, and I know a lot of people gonna talk about him calling him a punk ass bitch or things that matter. What got me was kind of the small one. He said, "We're gonna make as much money out of you that we can. Then we gonna send you to NXT."
Like, that
Oh
was
my
diabolical. He's
goodness.
like, we brought you back to sell a couple t-shirts. I'm like, Roman.
He said, "We didn't bring you back to be champion, but what makes it even crazier is not to be that guy." But before Seth Rollins got injured, CM Punk was not in those title plans no more. It was
They
going to be
were
between
not.
Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
It was definitely not. So Roman was
But
not
then,
lying.
but then CM Punk dropped the gauntlet. Woo! Would you like to repeat the line that he said for the people in the back?
He said, I am not only going to bury you, so you will not be alone, because I'm going to bury you with your father. Diabolical. I thought the Cody Rhodes father line was crazy. This one
This
was
one was
insane.
oh my life. And you know
Uh,
what makes it even crazier? Of course, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre give us two of the craziest promos when it comes to talking about somebody's dad.
and to make it even more diabolical, this man dropped the mic and walked out after.
And hey, and if we want to add even more points, when Roman tried the mic drop, CM Punk grabbed him and then let him walk out. CM Punk walked away scot free.
That's why I'm thinking like this is gonna be the best road to WrestleMania with this feud here alone.
No, I hope that every title gets something big. The tag titles, the women's US title, the regular US title. I just they need some time to shine, especially the women's US championship. They aren't doing much with Julia. I feel like Melo been putting in work. Carmelo Hayes definitely should have a spot at WrestleMania. Whether he
He's
walks
been
in as a
working.
champion or not, he has put in his work. I feel like he did it. Him and Ilya Dragunov definitely deserve a spot at WrestleMania for
Yes,
the work that they have put in on SmackDown alone.
they have been working, especially Carmelo, and I'm glad that he getting his time to shine. But since we're
Real.
talking about future opponents, I would like to see him and Trick Williams do something together.
Oh yeah, run that NXT feud back.
Yes, yes, yes.
Well, is that all we got for this week?
It is, Captain.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for tuning in to the greatest podcast of all time, the best wrestling podcast of all time. It's not just me saying that; other people are saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. I
Carrying
just
cross
want to
approved.
let you all know that you can always tune in on Twitch at alt_Black Barbie. Our episodes will go up every Wednesday. Moni,
And
would you like anything to say before I fully close it out?
and you can also follow us and watch these videos on YouTube at the Mixed Tag Podcast. Take us away.
I used to ride with the fam, now I stand alone. Crown on my head, this is my throne. Smiles gone, only rage I show.